There we go. I think we're live now, hopefully. If all has gone well. Goodness, it looks a bit blurry. Wait and see. Oh, goodness, we've got someone there. Hello. Does the camera look okay to you guys? Is the camera a bit blurry or... Hello, Moira. I set it all up and it was supposed to be fine. Wonder what's going on. We may just have to deal with it because I'm afraid that if I try and do too much, I'm going to make a mistake and cut everything off. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm always better when I'm here with you guys. It's like spend some time with my tribe, you know? Out in the real world, people don't get it. It's nicer to be here with you guys. Right. If it's blurry, let's see what I can do. Configure video. No, it's not going to let me do that at this point in time. I can move closer. Closer. It has autofocus, so it's supposed to do this. Hello, Rose. My eyes are better, thank you. They're back to normal. It was pretty horrific last week. The funny thing is, it didn't hurt, and so I didn't even notice it until like later in the day, and I caught myself in the mirror in the bathroom or whatever. I was like, oh my God, what is... It was all like bright red. And my husband was like, yeah, it's been that way for a while now. And I'm like, I didn't know. He's like, oh, I thought you knew. So, well, thank you very much for liking my posts and my videos and my stories. Let's see what I can do about this camera. Settings. I don't know if there's anything I can do about the camera. It's just kind of... It all looked clear when I did the test run thing. And now, of course, it's all changed. Is it going to be okay? Are you guys all right with this? I don't want to have to try and restart. We did, Moira. Did you have bad weather? It was really... Storm Amy came in blowing a gale. And it was quite blustery here. It's all right where I'm at. But it's finally calming down. Hello, Annette. I was kind of waiting for people to come in. I wish there was something I could do about this camera. I make it go focus. It's supposed to have autofocus on it, so it's supposed to do this automatically. But it's not. Maybe if I turn off one of these lights. Hang on a second here. Let's see whether I can do that and it'll change things. Let's see. Any better? Hello, Gigi. As usual, I'm starting off with technical problems. At least you guys can hear me this time. I got the microphone sorted, even if the camera has decided to be blurry today. No. And I don't know why, because on my screen it looks fine. And Maybe it's the... Anyway. Okay. Well, I only have two options. We can either go with it as it is, or I can restart and try and figure the camera out. What should I do? Should we push through and hope that the camera learns what it's supposed to be doing and how to focus, or do we restart? I'm watching the chat. This, guys, is up to you. Deborah, don't. You know what? We're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it because I think it's... If I restart, then we'll lose the momentum. Hopefully the camera will sort itself out. Yeah, Deborah. Okay, so we need to talk Jimin at Fashion Week, don't we? Because our king ruled Paris Fashion Week without a doubt. There's no comparison. I have to apologize because clearly I got my story wrong. I take great pains in trying, when I write canon, to try and make it as believable as possible, but never in a million years did I think that assuming that he would be wearing a shirt would be an incorrect assumption. I'm okay with getting it wrong. This time I am okay with getting it wrong. It was fine. But it was... What an entrance. What an entrance. You could just see, like, people being slayed in waves as he got out of that car. When who was he sitting next to? Was it Uma Thurman? No, that was Namjoon was sitting next to Uma Thurman. It's like, it didn't matter who they put Jimin next to. Whoever was there, yeah, he did trick me big time. Whoever they put next to him just looked drab. Like, it's so unfair, because I'm sure that some of these celebrities, some of these other models... Bonjour, Josiane. Hello, Army Girl. I am in the UK, actually. I'm in the UK. It's nice to see new people here. Hello, and welcome. We're talking about Jimin and how we all barely survived Paris Fashion Week. Yeah, it was... It's really unfair when you put Jimin next to other people. No one is going to come off looking better. Absolutely no one. I mean, it's that way with most of our men, or, well, all of our men, to be honest. But particularly Jimin had that glow about him, that confidence, that thing that makes Jimin. And anyone they stood next to him just looked drab in comparison. Yeah, paled into significance. Absolutely. It was the same, it's the same way when Namjoon was at Bottega. And he was sitting next to Uma Thurman, wasn't he? And I was like, oh, who's that person next to him? She's probably important. And it's like, oh, wow, yeah, okay, it's Uma Thurman. She's beautiful. But she didn't compare, did she? Didn't compare at all. Hello, Army Girl. Welcome here from Pakistan. It's nice to see people from other countries around, especially those of you who might not have English as a first language. I'm really grateful that you guys stop through, that you read my stories. Remember, we now have the second channel, and if English isn't your first language, you can find all my stories as they make it their way onto the channel in other languages now. It'll be multi-language, not just subtitles, but audio as well. You'll be able to turn the audio capture to multiple different languages of your choice. So that for audiobooks, hopefully will help quite a lot of people. Yeah, Deborah, I think we all screamed. We all screamed when Jimin got out of the car, turned around. It was like, oh my word. Hello, Sarah. Yeah. I think Dior knows what they're on to with Jimin. But I have to say, my favorite part of Jimin's outfit was the jewelry, was those beautiful flower necklaces. And it's just like Jimin, isn't it? To take something that is so sexy as an outfit, like really going in for the kill, and to add that delicate touch, that feminine, well, I'll say feminine in this instance, touch to it. That was just so beautiful and so Jimin. Uma was next to Tay. Oh, for some reason I was thinking it's my memory. Are you sure? I'm gonna have to look that up because I thought that was Namjoon. Because Tay's only at Celine now, and this was at a fashion show a couple of weeks ago. So maybe Uma Thurman was at both. That's all I can think of. Good morning, Freddie. Now I'm going to have to look it up. I'm going to go to the Insta and see if I can find the picture and see what we've got. I don't doubt that you're right and that she was also with Tay. I really thought the picture I saw was with Namjoon. Let's see. There we go. That's the picture I'm talking about. So that's Namjoon with Uma Thurman. Both events. There we go, Rose. Thank you. The one I was talking about was the one with Namjoon. Yeah. There we go. Army girl, I'm in the UK. I'm in the northwest of the UK. So right on the border between England and Wales. Yeah, Candice. The one I was thinking of was the one with Namjoon. I haven't seen all of Tay's Celine stuff yet. I have been taking a screen break because of a problem I had with my eye last week. Trying very hard to take care of myself. I think I did an okay job because my eyes are back to full strength now, which is good. Maria, you're from Malta. Oh, I miss it. I miss it. I'm hoping there's a chance I might be back in Malta in November. Fingers crossed. But I love your country. I don't hide that at all, do I? I absolutely adore Malta. It's so special. The history, the atmosphere. No one throws a party like Valletta. No city anywhere. You catch yourself in the middle of a festival in Valletta and you will never, ever, ever forget it. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Gigi's asking about, or has mentioned something about the fact that Jimin hasn't bulked up. They all have their own styles, don't they? And they all have their own vision of what they want their looks to be, both their visuals and their physical form, etc. And Jungkook had said years ago, that he wanted muscles and he wanted to be bigger and more muscular in that way. And there was the comments about but he was never allowed because of the whole idol thing where you're supposed to be eternally Peter Pan, youthful boy looking, which is so problematic. And now that he's got the ability to do it, he's clearly gone for it. He's joining him on this. Namjoon is happy to do the bodybuilder route as well. But Jimin seems to like his, as Moira puts it, dancer's body, but you can't say that the others don't have dancer's body because Jungkook's got all that bulk and muscle to him and he moves just fine. Better than fine, always. But yeah, I think Jimin likes that traditional. It appears he does. We don't know for sure, obviously, but he appears to like, as Annette saying, the more traditional dancer's body, the more lithe form to it. And it's so him. It's beautiful to see. I mean, I've been Army since Wings era, so I've been around quite a long time and seen them go through many different iterations and forms of themselves, and seeing them grow into the skin that they feel comfortable in is beautiful. It really, really is. Seeing them finally being able to be who they want to be. Hello, Silver, and welcome. Thank you for stopping through. I just wish I knew what was going on with this camera, because it's a really nice camera. I just can't seem to get the best of it. I don't know. Because on my screen, it actually shows that it's in focus. I'm playing with some things and we'll see whether I make it better or worse. If I disappear, apologies. I'm just kind of clicking random things to see how it goes. Right. So we've had at Fashion Week so far, obviously we've had Namjoon, we've had Tae, Jimin, Jungkook, and Hobie. Who else has done Fashion Week now? No, it wasn't. It was Jin at Gucci, wasn't it? Oh God. Okay. I think I blacked that out for a minute just as a self-preservation mechanism, because yeah, Kim Sok-jin was definitely feeling himself as well. That very low cut. He's kind of what started it with all the "we're just going to expose our chests this week" thing. Everyone except for Sugar. So Hobie did go, didn't he? Everyone except for Yoongi. Has Valentino had a show? Or did he just not attend? He's not exactly one to enjoy that kind of a spotlight, is he? A little bit more of an introvert than that. Oh, he is going to Milan. Okay. Thanks, Moira. I didn't know whether they had their show yet or not. So we've got one more warning out there that we need to be aware of. So, oh, okay. So some people think he's going to Milan still, and some think that he just isn't going to go. Maybe there might be a second show. Maybe he didn't go to one and he's going to another one. Or he's just locking himself in the studio and is not coming out until the album's ready, because that's also. Yeah, it could have been Gigi. He did at the airport. He was very smug, wasn't he? Very, very smug. Almost you think this is bad. Wait till you see what I've got planned for tomorrow. So is there anything you guys in particular want to talk about? What I want to know from you is, what do you think we're going to get next? I suppose the other thing we need to mention about JiKook is it is now, what is Jungkook 6 or 7 times in a row? As soon as Jimin left the country, he went live. I think that was number 7. with his TikTok the next day. But do you think that this is it? Are we getting Are You Sure? Are we going to get a live from Jimin on his birthday? I'm guessing we probably will now. A couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't have been so sure because of what had happened, and it seemed like he wanted to take some time. If I keep looking this way, it's because I'm reading the comments on the other monitor. Right, Silver's giving us the information about Valentino. Silver, as you can see her in the chat, Nikon Lady, is the one in the know. If you don't follow her on Tumblr, you should, because she keeps up with all the knowledge. So what do you guys think is coming? What do you think we're going to see for Jimin's birthday? What do you think we're going to see after Jimin's birthday? When do you think Are You Sure is coming? What do you think seeing Charlie Puth at the studio meant for Jimin and Jungkook? Because we saw Jimin and Jungkook together, didn't we? Do you think there's going to be something on that album? Yeah, I definitely think that we'll see Jimin live on his birthday now. I hope I'm not wrong about that the way I was about the shirt. The shirt I was fine to be wrong about. That's okay. Did you guys read this story? The Blue Hour. It was only short, but hopefully it seemed to go over well. If you guys liked that one. Hello, Nita. Oh, it's fab to see you. I hope you're well, Nita. It's been ages since we've talked. Good to see you here. So if I pause, I'm waiting to see what happens in the chat. I'm seeing lots of yeses, but I'm not sure what the yeses were for. I asked a lot of questions. I asked a lot of questions that could be yes. I'm hoping that means that you've read it and you enjoyed the story. I've got a new one coming tomorrow, which is a commission. It's canon, and it starts very, very, very early canon, with the signing of the contract, and then follows JiKook, not obviously through every year, because I have other stories I also need to write, but I think you really, really are going to like it. Silver, I haven't seen the brand rankings for September yet. You want to, I'm guessing we know who's on top, but some things might change. Unlikely. Sarah, I think we're still guessing about Are You Sure too. Last time, Are You Sure won from the time that we found out they were filming until it was released was about 6 months or so. So we still have a couple of months, if it's a 6-month turnaround, between when they were discharged and started filming and now. Strangely enough, that's only about 3 months ago. It's crazy, isn't it? The way time has flown. Oh, thank you, Silver. Silver says they're, the Vagrant Valet is in the chat. Hey, Zook. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'd look better if my camera was working properly, but It's amazing to see you. Thank you very much. Hearts. Hearts back to old friends. Is it naughty? Oh, Rose. There's always, I think as a JiKooker, there's always something hanging around in the back of your mind going, karma's coming. Karma's coming, and when it hits, it's going to hit big. We know this. We know this. So it will happen. I will send him your love, Zook. I really will. He's in the next room and hopefully going to be taking care of the little panda when my teenager gets home as well. Love to you and everyone back in America. Stay safe, mate. Stay safe. Scary times back there. Now I'm all homesick. And I'm going to have a glass of wine, but that's a long, long story. Miss you too. Miss you too. Miss old times a lot. I cooked dinner for a bunch of friends the other night, came over for Dungeons and Dragons, because I'm a big nerd in more ways than one, and was explaining to them about how I used to be able to have friends over for dinner in that kind of big group way quite regularly, and talked about how I used to love cooking for you and the group back then. And none of you were picky eaters, which is what I face here sometimes now. But take care of yourself, mate. Thank you for stopping through. Yeah, you're probably right, and I think there's going to be a lot to edit out. Can you imagine if you've got a camera on JiKook almost 24/7, and the goal is to find, however many hours of film to use, but you have to edit out all the bits that probably shouldn't be aired to the public quite yet. I mean, if you think about it, with Are You Sure 1, that was the mild stuff. There's going to be stuff. It's like, that's the stuff they did let us see. Did you ever think about what the stuff is that they didn't let us see? This is the stuff that gets through. It's not like Rose Bowl, where there were already 80,000 plus people who had seen it. So it's like you can't edit it out now, no matter what the crazy cultists think about it being some mass delusion, because goodness knows when that happened, they really, really were at their craziest. Absolutely at their craziest. But to think that with everything we saw in Are You Sure, there is somewhere out there video that was too intimate for us to see. And yet what we saw was already very intimate and more intimate in so many ways than anything that had gone before it. Yeah, Silver, if Are You Sure 2 is vlog style or kind of GCF instead, there will still be a lot that is cut out. A lot. But I think the great thing about that, and the thing that we have to remember, is that it just because it's not on film doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's there. Maybe locked away on one of their phones for all time, but it's there. Have they been bolder after the military? I think so. I think so, Rose. I definitely think that there is less to lose. So if we think about anything that happened with them coming up to the military, there are obviously rules, restrictions, culture, not just in South Korea, but in militaries around the world, about homosexuality, about LGBT, about being queer in general. And for any of that to have leaked or been too strong of a suspicion going into the military would have been really difficult, challenging, potentially devastating completely. Could have gotten them in a lot of trouble. Could have really, really been very bad for them. So even as bold as they were and as bold as they wanted to be, I think that the military, the enlistment, the mandatory enlistment service was hanging over. And this isn't just Jimin and Jungkook. This was all 7 of them, because we've heard Namjoon talk about now once he's out of once the service is done, he'll be able to speak freely. He won't have to mind his tongue as much. He can say the things he wants to say. So I don't think the burden of enlistment being off their shoulders is just something with JiKook. I think it's with all 7 of them. Throw into it what we've just heard Namjoon talking about, the really heartbreaking comments that he was making about, oh, but if I get married too quickly, I think you guys will be sad. How? Ugh. That just breaks my heart to think that he would sacrifice that happiness in his life because of a part of a fandom that would be upset. I hate thinking about that, because they all 7 of them deserve all the love in the world. They deserve a partner that's going to love and respect them and help them with this. Their lives aren't easy. I mean, okay, great, they're rich and famous, but that doesn't make things easy at all. In some ways, clearly in this way, it makes things even more difficult. If they find someone who's truly a partner that can help support them in their lives, I really, really, really want that for them. I want them to get married and have kids, or not get married, or come out, or don't come out, or, just to find a partner, all 7 of them, to find whatever partner that they love and cherish the most, and will love and cherish them in the way that we want them and we think they deserve. So and it's like, I just caught a comment. Yeah, JR, it was Namjoon. Namjoon said, he was talking about, obviously, life now after being discharged, and brought up marriage and children and all that, and actually said, I think that the direct quote was, but if I get married too soon, you'll be sad. So he was talking about being 32 now, and that if I get married too soon, you'll be sad. Maybe it's just not going to happen for me at all. And I was like, Les. It was really, really upsetting. Yeah, as Silver said, maybe he doesn't see him getting married. Yeah. Yeah, I think, Annette, the marry me comments started as a joke. Clearly, Yoongi Marry Me became a fandom meme. Oops, don't mind the cat. Became a fandom meme, just like we went through V lives and live streams where it was, oh, look behind you. What's that behind you? Trying to spook them. Particularly, it worked with Hobie. But it got old. And I think Yoongi Marry Me is still a joke, but it's now, maybe some of them are taking it too seriously. It's because it shouldn't be that way. Those shouldn't be in a sensible fandom, there should not be a single person out there in the 42 million of us that actually legitimately believes they are going to marry one of those 7 men. I would really, really hope that people know that. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe they need to. Maybe the guys need to be more bold. Do you guys have any theories about who's going to be first to come out as actually dating someone? My guess is it would be Tae, because he certainly seemed ready in Paris previously with Jenny. It definitely seemed like he was ready to just, his last F had sailed and he was ready to just come out as having a partner. I don't quite know why he didn't. For all the evidence I've seen, there's no reason to believe that he and Jenny weren't a thing at one point in time. Whether they still are or not, who knows? Cat thinks it'll be Jin. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. I really hope Jin's got someone who I want Jin to have someone who appreciates his cooking and loves playing video games as much as he does. That would be my dream for Jin. Someone who also hello B. Thank you for calling me beautiful. I want it to be, someone who understands that Jin is actually a huge introvert and is happy to stay at home and play video games with him, because that would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. But in my mind, I think Tae's, if I was going to say, is there a loose cannon in BTS anymore? Clearly, Jungkook is first on the list, because he really, really, for quite a while there, especially before enlistment, was ready to just, he was getting drunk and alive and falling asleep in front of however many million people with the candle burning, no less. Fire safety, Jungkook. Fire safety. So yeah, Jungkook. But after that, Tae really sometimes, especially over the years, has seemed like his, I won't say decorum, his patience, his, you can tell the words that he wants to say are right there, and he manages to hold them back just in the nick of time. But I definitely think that Tae wants to be living more authentically than he's allowed, or he feels like he's allowed to sometimes. I'd love to meet Jin's partner too, Gigi. I'd love to see baby Jin's. I want them to have kids. I think everyone got excited when Namjoon had baby shoes in his studio, and we were all kind of hoping, like, is he a baby? Is he a baby? Does he have a baby and we don't know? Oh, please, can we see the Namjoon? I want BTS babies. I want to be an army auntie. Yeah, it did look like JK had stuff that he wanted to say, didn't it? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Jungkook really doesn't care. Really, really doesn't care. Jimin is not ready to let Army down. I think, trying to decide whether I agree with that. I'm not sure whether I would use those words, because I don't know that it's about letting us down so much as I think Jimin knows all too well the effect of what a JiKook coming out announcement would have on the fandom because of TKers. And he would not want to see ARMY fighting with each other and see the amount of discord and hate and animosity and that would happen within the fandom. I think it's less about will it affect the popularity of a record, of the new album? Our fandom is huge. Don't get me wrong. Our fandom is one of the biggest and certainly most dedicated and loyal and powerful on the planet. But one fandom alone can't make or break records for an album or a single. Fandom alone can't win them awards. We're not that big. So for them to get number ones and consistent number ones, for this new album to break all the records and to break everything wide open, particularly in the Western music market, they need something that's going to be palatable to the general public. Obviously, before they had their service, Hybe was very strongly chasing the American market, the English-speaking market, because of the money that represents. They had just had their initial stock offering. We've seen now a lot of the problems that have come out. For those of us who were there at the time, if you had any business sense at all, you saw what was happening and went, this is not good. This is not right. Something is not right here by the way that was handled. But they very quickly went down the route of, we're going to put out Dynamite. Oh, okay, it's one English single. It's a bit disappointing because, you know, we like the fact they sing in Korean. And Dynamite was huge because now the part of the music industry that was xenophobic about hearing lyrics in a foreign language, and part of the listening audience that didn't want to hear lyrics in a foreign language, had something that they could latch on to. And then they followed it with Butter, and it was like, okay, but can we get no, it's Permission to Dance. Right? Okay. And personally, Permission to Dance is my least favorite BTS song ever. Just going to put that out there. Not just because of the song, but because to me, what it kind of represented, the fact that it was their third all English. You got the feeling from some of the members, they clearly were done with having to sing all in English. And it didn't feel authentically Bangtan to me. I might be wrong. They could have all have loved it and thought it was the most Bangtan thing ever. But I don't think that's true because now they're turning around and telling us we need to get back to our roots. But there's no doubting the boost in popularity that comes with putting something out all in English to a massive English-speaking market, such as the United States and Canada and the UK. And it will take that. So to go all the way back around to what I was saying is, if there was an announcement that came out of the group, someone got married. Someone's secretly been hiding. Well, like, was it Chen from EXO, who his girlfriend was pregnant and he was going to get married. And all of a sudden there was this, no, cancel him and get him out of the group and all that. I have no doubt that there would be people within our fandom who still claim to be fans who would turn around and say, if it's whoever, Yoongi is secretly married, get him out of the group. We don't want him here anymore because which there are crazies that do that, and they've done it in every fandom, so there's no reason to think that that wouldn't happen in ours as well. However, even losing a significant chunk of our fandom will not affect the success of this album as much as gaining a significant chunk of the general population. So what that means is, honestly, I wish they would just be authentic and do what they want to do, because I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. I think that it relies a lot more on what the other population, what the general population do, and how things are perceived and received by the Western music industry. It doesn't matter what the song is. It doesn't matter who's dating who. It doesn't matter who's gay in the group and who's not. If they don't get it on radio, then they're not going to get the numbers. And that doesn't have anything to do with internal dramatics within the group. Right. I'll get off my little soapbox now. I don't know if you guys agree with me. It looks like some of you agree. That's great. Yeah, Silver, but Spanish in America is different, isn't it? There is a significant population in America that speaks Spanish. A lot more than speak Korean. So I think that's different. Right, I'm going to catch up a bit here. To the world tour. Annette and Silver. JiKook blanket at the airport. Yes. Yeah. The fact that Jimin actually stopped and waved to the person with the, are you talking about the big JiKook banner? That was awesome. That was really awesome. The fact that he took the time to stop and wave. So he clearly liked it, which is amazing. Yeah, Cat. I think I don't think, hello, Joy. Thank you for joining. Maybe I'm just old school army, that I prefer the Korean songs to the all English songs. I can groove to Dynamite. I can groove to Butter. Dynamite's always top of my playlist when I do Beat Saber. Love it. But it's not, when I actually listen to BTS here, it's not what I'm listening to. I'm listening to Most Beautiful Moment in Life. I'm listening to Wings. I'm listening to Oh, Are You Late Too, which I love. Love Yourself era was a big peak for me, not just musically for the group, but emotionally, because it was my most beautiful moment in life. Time that I got to go see them in concert. Time that I joined social media and found the fandom on Twitter before. I'd kind of been doing things on my own. So, I mean, maybe it's because Dynamite, Butter, and especially Permission to Dance have a lot of COVID memories. Like, not some great associations there in many ways. Yep, as Silver's pointed out, Hobie submitted Killing It Girl to the Grammys. Let's hope he gets a nomination. I'm not particularly hopeful about it, because they submit a lot of stuff to the Grammys and it gets snubbed. but we all know that the Grammys don't represent quality anymore at all, and haven't for a while. Hello, Nick. Saying hi. Ah, Sandra in the Philippines. Oh, it's just crazy. I think there's someone in the Philippines watching me. I love how international we are. I really, really do. Really, really do. Yeah, it is crazy that they're still fighting for radio. What I find even crazier is the way the criteria for determining a number one song changes depending on what BTS is doing best at the time. So they sell so many records that then it was like, well, we can't just have it based on sales alone. It's about streaming. Oh, you're streaming a lot. Okay, well, it can't just be about streaming. We've got to throw in. And it was like, no matter what we were doing, and we were still cranking out the numbers, the industry wasn't getting the results that they wanted. So they would just change the rules. Yeah. But I love the logic of, well, it can't be a number one just because a lot of people buy it and stream it and it's popular with that many people. It can't be a number one just because people buy it and stream it. Well, no, it's only a number one because you, Mr. Recording Executive in C-suite, decided that that's who your darling was this time. So that means nothing. And I think that the boys know that it means nothing too. They'll still keep submitting stuff for the Grammys and that, but I think particularly Namjoon is jaded enough by the whole process to know that it's unlikely. It's very, very unlikely. Who is it who said that they're watching from Africa? Nick. Ah, amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, having to pay for radio airplay is a thing now. It's basically what is number one is whatever has the biggest financial backing, whoever's going to throw enough money at it to make it number one. There is a certain girl group out there that will only refer to as Color, if you might know who I'm talking about. That the reason they get so many streams is the agency pays for ads that are the music video, which you can do. So I could take any of my stories and turn that into an ad. And as it popped up on your YouTube at the start, that whole 30-second, 60-second unskippable thing, I would get a view count for that. So when it's a music video and being shown in ads to all those people, is that buying views? Yes. Yes, it is. So it's a lot easier to get to 1 billion when someone's paying for it. But we didn't have to do that. Oh, Cat's in Africa. Nick's in Africa. That's amazing. Yeah, Silver, I agree. And it's not just about the fact that the Western music industry gets frustrated that they can't control BTS. They get more frustrated that they can't control ARMY. So they can't manipulate us into giving the money or the support in the way they want us to. And that gets really frustrating. Hello, CJ. From one CJ to the other. There we go. Right. So I will give, I don't even know how long have I been live? 54 minutes. Okay. It's about an hour. We'll wrap it all up. I haven't seen Abby though, and Abby actually sent me a message, or left a comment on one of my videos the other day saying, "I miss you. Go live." But I haven't seen her turn up, so she's going to be gutted that she missed this. Lisa, the fandom needing a cleansing. Yeah, I have to say, if you are one of those army who thinks that they should not get married, please just go. Just go. If you're not going to support them when they go back to singing in Korean, just leave. Please just leave. If you're one of those army that's on a live and is constantly spamming comments, speak English, just go. If you don't love them for who they are and what they want to do, and if you don't believe that they deserve enough support and love in this world to have a romantic partner that is not you, there should be no place for you. There really shouldn't. Hello, Dolce. Hola. Hola, yo army. We're army here too. All right. So let's get you caught up with what's going on before I head out. So tomorrow, part 1 of Keisha's commission. And then that should be 2 parts because it's going to be too long for me to fit into one. If it goes over like an hour and 10 minutes, then I don't get as many views. And that's fine. It's not all about the views, clearly. I would much rather, and I've said this before, I will say it again because there might be people here who don't know. I would much rather worry about people joining my Patreon than chase views. In my dream, you guys all come over onto the Patreon, even if it's for free. I mean, it's $1 a month to join the community chat, but just $1 gets you, or just free, and you get access to all the written stories, and you can still comment on posts and have conversations with other members through the posts in the chat or in the comment section. But I would much rather people come to the Patreon because it's more intimate, it's more friendly. I like to be able to talk to you guys. So I'm not chasing views. I've stopped chasing views on YouTube. YouTube is doing its own thing, and niche creators like me are not part of that. So the days of big views for my videos have sailed. I've made peace with that. I'm going back to being an author like I originally was when I started this whole YouTube thing. So expect more stories. And the written versions of those will always be on the Patreon. Oh, Rashida likes JiKook. Well, that's nice. I like Taehin and Jungkook too. Just not together. Well, it's not that I don't like them together. I just don't think they're together. Different. Anyway, go back to it. Silver, as always, has everything under control. Right. So tomorrow and Friday, you'll get part 1 and part 2 of Keisha's commission, which is called Pure for reasons. And then next week, we are going to start When the Storm Breaks, which is the ABO Alpha Alpha, which has been sponsored to the tune of a lot of words. So we're talking, this one's probably going to be 5 or 6 parts. I forgot to take it down, the sponsorship down out of the Patreon shop, and more people bought sponsorships, which is great for you guys and actually great for me because I've been wanting to get my teeth stuck into a nice, long, multi-chapter story for a while. I'll try to make sure that there aren't too many horrible cliffhangers like there were in Alpha's Hope and Alpha's Salvation. No promises, but I'll do my best. And so that we'll be running with that for a while. In between, then, I'll probably check out a couple of short canon pieces like Blue Hour. So there'll be other dips back and forth. But and I've got Mergen's Halloween commission. So that'll be coming out as well. So there's a Halloween one in there. And the Halloween collab with Addison. I haven't checked in. I don't know when that's coming out. But my part on it is done. So I think Addison was going to give it a tidy and do the video, so I don't think it'll be that long. That will be on Addison Eden's channel, not mine. But I will make sure that there are posts, community post on YouTube and a post on the Patreon. Again, the most reliable way for you guys to get information on what's happening is Patreon. YouTube is not good with notifications. If you think you have notifications switched on for my channel, don't assume that means you will actually get a notification. It doesn't always happen. You might, but it might be like 4 days later. Just have a quick whiz through the comments. Anything you can do to help Jimin with all those hatred comments, report and block, protect at Silver, help me. Is it protect at hybe.artists? And yes, leave 3 positive comments for every 1 hate comment. Just keep going with the love. The best way, and this is like not just about comments on social media, this is life in general. The best way to fight hate is with love. Don't give in to the aggression. Don't give in to the whole seeing red and arguing back with people. Love. Just give love back. Make fun of it if you want. I'm really guilty of replying to hate comments with humor and snarkiness, as my Patreons know. They've seen me screenshot stuff and go, can you believe this person? Because sometimes they just keep coming back and they'll leave a hate comment and I'll reply and then they'll come back again and again and again. And I can tell them straight away, do you not realize if you don't like my channel and what I'm doing, each time you reply to one of my comments, you are helping my channel grow. But some of them don't. It doesn't go through the thick skull and they keep doing it anyways. But love. Just double down on love in the world today. It's what the world needs more than anything. Love is going to save us. Love is the only thing that can save us. So when you see hate directed towards any of the members, report it, block it, and make sure you go out and you put more and more positive comments out about them, even if it's just pictures, old moments, going and commenting again on one of their posts, just and thinking about this, even if it's an old post. Make sure everything gets hearts. Everything gets hearts. There we go. I'm gonna pin that. Pin message. Right. So at the top of the chat is the link that you need to go to report any hate or malicious comments. Hybe is always going to struggle to do anything about comments not based in Korea, particularly in America, because America has fewer laws about, well, I think they have no laws about hate speech, and it's really hard to make libel or defamation stick in America. So some of the YouTube channels that are particularly upsetting to us as English speakers are probably based in America, and Hybe is really struggling to do anything about. But if they can do stuff about what's going on in Korea, then that's a start, and we'll just have to hope that things will change. Yeah, report and block and report and block. Cat, you're exactly right. Yeah. Cat's comment, for those of you who don't see it, are actually Jimin said something that changed me. He said he learned to react less emotionally to people that wrong him, and that's it. There's an old saying. There's a saying in Buddhist teachings, and I'll probably get this wrong, So forgive me, any Buddhists out there. That anger is like a hot coal that you're holding with the intention of throwing at someone else. And it's burning you much more. It's injuring you much more than it's injuring them. So don't be the one who's holding on to the hot coal. Just let it go. Just let it go. Try and report, block. If you reply with love. We've all said things that we shouldn't have said. We've all done things that we shouldn't have done. But if we can stop ourselves from doing that, that's even better. Just lots more love in the world. Yeah, Freddie, ask them why they're here. I love that. When I'll get comments going, "Oh, I hate your videos. I hate your stories. I hate your channel." Then why are you here? And you guys, like, sit down for this one. Those of you who are in the Patreon chat know this already because it is hilarious. I did have someone who was telling me how morally bereft I was and how despicable my stories were. And I'm like, well, why are you here then? And they kept coming back and back. And I'm like, look, you need to take up a healthier hobby than spewing hate comments on channels who of people who make videos that you don't like. And this went on. And I looked because you can see when the comments come up on YouTube Studio. And there was this little red icon next to their name. And I'm like, what's that? They have been subscribed to my channel for 2 years. Let that sink in. They were sending me hate comments, but I could see they had been subscribed to my channel because their subscriptions were public for 2 years. They weren't impressed when I pointed that out. Yeah, some people. Absolutely some people. It's hilarious. Hello, Mona. It's nice to see you. And yes, actually, it's do not engage is the best. If you can report and block, but do not engage with hate channels, with hate posters. Don't comment on it. Don't give them engagement. Any social media does not know the difference between good engagement or bad engagement. It just goes, wow, people like this. People are engaging with it, which means we can show them more ads, is usually how it goes on YouTube. So don't engage with it. Yeah, Morgan, 2 years. It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. It's like, right, yeah, it is time for you to revisit your. And I did tell them, I'm like, look, could you at least make your, you look a bit foolish here. At least make your subscriptions private. Like, bless them. Right. So, yes, the upcoming video schedule. So we've got Keisha's Commission Pure is what the story is called, tomorrow and Friday. And then next week, we're going to start When the Storm Breaks. Mergen's in the chat, and you can all say thank you, Mergen, for the amazing Halloween story that'll be coming, that she's commissioned for me. So that'll be coming. And I don't know what else will happen. I suppose a lot of what else will happen between now and the end of When the Storm Breaks will be based on what JiKook do, and what I decide to start to write at that point in time. But I think that's it for me, guys. I think it's probably, the chat seems to have, and the chat is kind of bugged as well. Right. Okay. I'm going to go. At this point, the comments that I'm seeing, I apologize if I haven't responded to any others, but they seem to have bugged a bit on my screen. And nope, I'm seeing Nita now saying goodbye. Right, so I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. And I hope you guys all have a good day. If you can be anything today, be kind, be patient with people. A lot of people out there having a really, really horrible time and a really, really difficult life right now. Spread love, spread kindness, even to the cultists if you can. You're probably a bigger person than I am to do that, but try. To protect our boys, but do so in a loving way as best we can. Right. Thank you, everyone, for being here with me today. I really love it. If you can join the Patreon, patreon.com/CJMoon. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I need one more paying Patreon to hit 200. And that would mean so much to me. Because that's been obviously, it's been over 2 years now. That would be a long time coming. If one of you can afford $1 a month, it'd be amazing. But I understand if you can't, and it's all fine, and it will come eventually, and it's please, no pressure. That's not what it's about. I think sometimes people think I have a lot more paid Patreons than I do, but I don't. But thank you very much to all my Patreons and to all my channel members and to anyone who's ever watched one of my videos, because I still don't believe that this is actually what I do for a living. It's so cool that I get to wallow in JiKookiness all the time. But I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Take care of yourself. Give yourself big hugs and kisses for me. I'll talk to you guys soon, okay? Love you. 사랑해.